the further you compare as you look down, the more you realize how fortunate you really are. And then gratitude becomes a no-brainer. It's like, we are so fortunate.
A lot of research has been put into the topic of gratitude and how it actually improves your well-being, your all-over well-being. And apparently it does have a huge effect. There's a connection between the two. People who are grateful actually experience more positive emotions. They can forge stronger bonds with other people. And yeah, it actually improves your health as well. So today I'm talking to Gawdat about gratitude and how it actually affects your happiness. Mo, what is exactly the connection between gratitude and happiness?
So remember the happiness equation. Gratitude it basically confirms the happiness equation. So it's events minus expectations. You look at life and compare the events that you're going through and see, compare them to how you want life to be. If you're grateful, that means that events do not only meet expectations, they actually beat expectations to the point that you're grateful. And so that reminder of looking at life and feeling grateful is constantly resetting your brain to, I can be calm, I can be peaceful, I can be happy because life is good. Life is so good that I'm grateful. Now, interestingly, gratitude works much further than logic for sure, because when we are grateful, when we have that peaceful feeling in us, our parasympathetic nervous system engages because we get reminded that we're actually okay, that there is something good happening to us. And when that happens, our entire system starts to feel at peace. It starts to get the signals that you can relax, that there is no need for fight or flight mechanisms, that there is nothing out there that I need to worry about, that I can start to focus on the positive. Remember, we said 60 to 70% of our thoughts are sometimes negative. But when you're grateful, you're deliberately injecting those positive thoughts in there that basically say, I can be okay with this moment, I can feel happy. Gratitude is an incredible tool for happiness.
After reading your book, I also thought the way you approach it, I think you call it looking up and looking down. I think that was very powerful because we all do it, right? Some do more than others. But can you explain what you mean by that, looking up and looking down?
Yes, we prioritize in the modern world, we sadly prioritize success a lot more than happiness. And success is important in life. I've never been an advocate of just being, a surfer somewhere in the world and not doing anything with your life. You should enjoy life, but you should also be productive and successful. And the idea, however, is that in the Western world, because success is so important, we start to always compare ourselves to what we can become. So we start to say, I've done well in life. I have a loving partner maybe, or I have graduated from this grade in school, or I have, achieved this much in my sports life, or whatever it is. Each of us achieves something and progresses through life. And when that happens, instead of saying, well done, I've done well, we compare to the person that has achieved more. And then we feel that we haven't achieved much. We feel diminished. We feel that we haven't gone that far. And I call that looking up. Looking up is encouraged in our modern society because it gives you that reason to strive and try harder. But it's actually almost always working against you because there will always be someone that has gone further than where you are. And we will constantly find disappointment in that. I recommend looking down. And when we look down, that shouldn't dampen our ambition. We should continue to want to be better at what we want to achieve. But when we look down, we realize how fortunate we are. Okay? And looking down is to try and instruct your brain to observe all of those who have not had the fortune or the achievement that you have been granted. Maybe I should look down and compare further and say, it might be raining in Amsterdam quite often, but at least it's not raining bombs like it does in Syria. I may compare as I look down and say, I may not have the time to cook a healthy meal for myself and my family because I'm so busy. But if I look at people in India or in Africa who don't even have food to eat, the further you compare as you look down, the more you realize how fortunate you really are. And then gratitude becomes a no-brainer. It's like, we are so fortunate. You're by definition more fortunate than 99% of people out there. And when you really start to think about life this way, as you compare while you look down, you recognize that there is really very little reason to be unhappy. Yes, of course, there are one of two things that can be better, and there are a few things that you wish would be perfect. But the truth is, life has given us so much, and we're okay, and we should be grateful.
There's actually nothing that I can add to that. So thank you so much for your explanation of gratitude, and thank you so much for the journey that I got to experience with you on this whole 14-day challenge.
It's been my absolute pleasure. I'm so grateful for the opportunity. I hope all of our viewers will turn some of what we discussed into rituals and will stay in touch with us and tell us a little more about how their experience has evolved, and hopefully we've made a few people happy.
A lot, I hope.